3G's family, what's going on? It's your boy GMS. You know I had to come through and switch it up a little bit. We had to take out that old intro and bring in a new one. And you already know what time it is. 3G's family, let's go.
We them 3G's till we expanded. Got a fourth, her name is Binki. She didn't want to change the four, so we still 3G's. But you gon' still see her and hear her on the big screen. Kicking game with GMS and Blackk G. Spitting facts and make you laugh, we the new dream team. You can't compare them other shows out here that's on the scene. Can't nobody do it better than the 3G's. Cause we them 3G's. Yeah, fresh out Minnesota, Milwaukee out in Florida. We your ghetto reporters, talking shit that's important. Educating your minds and putting this shit in order. Pour up that holy water, roll up right out the quarter. Pull up to the chat and Lorda. We legends like Richie Porter, but won't find us on the corner. Hustle off this mic recording. We stay locked in like solitary confinement. You can't buy this type of common sense that we provide. And don't need no topics, we can do an hour just vibing. No silence, we riding. That goofy ish not flying, no lying. It's just some real life ish. And if you looking for me, I'll be with them 3G's, bitch. Hey, them 3G's till we expanded. Got a fourth, her name is Binki. She didn't want to change the four, so we still 3G's. But you gon' still see her and hear her on the big screen. Kicking game with GMS and Blackk G. Spitting facts and make you laugh, we the new dream team. You can't compare them other shows out here that's on the scene. Can't nobody do it better than the 3G's. Cause we them 3G's, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey y'all, I'm so
That old
sorry
song.
we're so late. It definitely was my fault, but thank you guys for sticking around.
See, if it was one of us, you would have tried to take our head off with a hacksaw. But you know,
No, that's not true, GMS. I was here on time. I just had technical difficulties. And I don't get mad at y'all for technical difficulties.
Or she would no, she just hit us with that screw face.
put an elbow up to the screen and try to
Bam,
bend our
bam.
head in.
DDT, you know. But thank y'all for sticking in with
Look at
me.
that, bitch.
Why do you look like that? What the fuck is
I'm not even in the mood for that shit right now. Yeah, man. I can't fucking stand you, AP.
You fucking retarded,
Happy Wednesday. I don't look like
I
that.
didn't say nothing about you that like that.
bro. What is wrong with you, bro? This nigga's slow.
I'm just playing. Dude. You're like,
No, he's not. Like, I don't get no grace from AP, and that's fine. Thank you guys for hanging in there with me. I'm sorry.
What up, chat? How y'all doing, man?
you're beloved on here, man. Nothing I can say or do could change that.
Yeah.
Why haven't I seen that name before? Who is Ashley Jones?
Ashley been here. What you mean? Yeah.
You ain't never seen them thighs before, nigga.
I told you I just woke up before the
nigga
show,
blind.
so
Blind as a bat.
excuse me.
He
Sorry,
thought
Ashley.
you all this time. He thought you was a drumstick. He said, "Who the fuck got a drumstick on Abby?" Nigga, that is his size.
I cannot.
Man, if you don't get the fuck out of here, hey,
I see body parts before I see a woman's face and shit, or her spirit, or her personality.
you the nigga that looked from the ground up.
Exactly. I'm like, look at this tall piece of what the fuck is going on in her?
It's like a 90s sitcom with a nigga look at his crush and shit, and the camera pan from the feet all the way up.
No surprise.
He said,
No
"You a tall drink
surprise.
of water?"
Yes,
Hey,
Ashley
lady.
is
Hey,
fine.
that's what I hear. Hey, lady, let me tell you why I can't live my life. Looking at her fucking toenails without every time I see you walking by.
He was just looking at
I'm
you
at a
like,
midsection by now.
As soon as it gets to her face, I want to be your Oh man,
Oh my god.
That shit funny. As
that's
hell.
the climax. The fucking
That's
face show
real,
up.
that's real shit. Or the song change and shit at that point and shit.
If she was bust down,
Yeah. I don't know.
Oh,
I can't think of what it would change to by then.
No Vaseline by Ice Cube.
Oh,
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Now, that's a heck of a song.
He said, "Oh shit."
that's crazy, dog.
He said, "Well, just keep the camera neck down, and we'll keep it R&B." Bitch, that's how you know it's good. Just keep it neck down.
Yeah.
Crazy.
That's all right, man. I ain't the only one to do that.
I'm sure.
Some niggas that be dating a chick like 6 months and then he finally realized, like, you know what? I kind of like you. I kind of like you.
It goes like that.
You kind of cool. Now that I think about it.
Now that I'm processing the last few days.
Now that my first my third string, my first 1, 2, and 3 string is tripping, you actually look kind of all right.
My roster dying down a little bit. I see. I think
my main bitch done sprained her Achilles, and my second bitch is in jail for some boosting charges. Let me stop playing.
How's y'all week been?
Hot, man.
Like your last week since y'all been on the show. Yeah, hot. Listen,
Yeah.
GMS, I've been without AC since last night. I just have been very discombobulated today. I'll be honest. Yeah, my AC went out like yesterday, and then they came and promised me they would fix it. Didn't come and fix it, and then didn't say shit. So I had to call going in. You know what I'm saying? And he came. He apologized. He brought me a window unit. He's like, we have to charge your unit downstairs. It was raining today. We couldn't do it. But I was like, so y'all just weren't gonna call me, and you was gonna have me sleeping in a 90-degree apartment again?
Oh my God, that's attempted murder.
Supervisor.
90 degrees for a black woman is attempted murder.
Yeah,
is.
it's
Like,
in Florida.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And I sleep in 68 degrees, so it's like
I think that's grounds for stand your ground. I think you just gotta start shooting in the air and shit.
I had a chick that kept her room like 60. I don't know. It felt like 60. I'm
That's the
like,
type of room
what
I like.
the fuck?
yeah,
I
like
the
get
cold.
under the covers to get warm.
You know what? You're right. But she had them heavy ass covers. Y'all ever seen one of them covers that weigh like 78 pounds?
Yeah, them
It's
big
like
comforters.
a blanket that's heavy as a bitch.
Yeah.
She
Weighted
had one of them
blankets.
bitches on there, a couple other little blankets and shit, like 50 goddamn pillows and shit.
Yeah.
But that room used to be like 70 degrees.
It's because your
What the
body
fuck
temperature
on?
goes up when you fall asleep. You become hotter, or it's for some
Yeah.
people.
I
guess,
can't be.
but I gotta sleep with a fan.
Right on me too. Like
Yeah.
the fan gotta face me and blow me. You know, like I had to bring my puppy out here because my room is so hot. I had to bring her out here because we have the window unit out here in the living room. I couldn't hog it.
Yeah, I got a
roommate
ceiling
there,
fan in my room. I'm thankful for that.
Yeah, that makes a big difference.
Yeah.
It does make a huge difference having one of those. I don't have
Yeah, but you
Cool
need
over
one.
there.
You need one on the side. Like ceiling fans ain't really what's gonna get you cool. It's the ones.
Right.
I have a tower
Yeah.
fan.
Yeah, you need something coming from an angle. You need all your farts to be pressed up against the wall,
Like
whatever direction away from
Opposed
you.
to just
Yeah.
circulating in the room.
Your shit just swinging around the motherfucking fan, stinking up the fucking room. And
So it's a fart vortex happening in your fucking room.
This
and
nigga
shit.
made a fart tornado under right on
Evenly
top of his butt.
dispersing flatulence and shit.
Like you gotta have that
Listen.
shit pressed up against the wall. Like,
like low key, I have a little camping fan here, and I might turn it on if I start sweating too much. But I don't want to the sound to be here, so I'm gonna try to.
Hey, we understand. So whenever you need it, use it.
that sucked though. I ain't gonna lie. I got an issue with this house where sometime the AC like the line of freeze. You know what I'm saying? Because it's working too hard to try to like cool the whole house and shit.
Yeah.
Because every vent got to be open. Motherfuckers got to keep their doors shut. Like it got to be strategic to keep that shit from happening.
Yeah.
So I've been trying to keep the thermostat on like 72, 73 when it's like 90. Or when it's above a certain degrees, I keep it on like 73, something like that. Because it ain't gotta work that hard. But
yeah,
I prefer my house cold. Shit. I want my nose red in this motherfucker. I want a sweater on.
Heat.
And this heat, like
definitely
this heat wave going on, like the only thing that's really cooled us down is, I guess there's like a tropical storm or something out there, and so the rains, and the winds from that are coming in. So it was like 77 outside today, but it was 85 inside my apartment. You know what I'm saying? So it's been crazy, but at least we have that.
They made y'all buildings out of mud brick.
No.
You got them old hurricane built ass buildings made out of mud brick.
You got them old Matulu huts in there.
They're actually wood frame, and funny enough, the architecture firm that my roommate works at, they actually built this complex that I live in. Like before she was my roommate, she didn't even know. She's like, "Oh, we built that." I was like, "For real?" And I met the guy that was actually the head of the project, and he's like, "You like my work?" I gave him some pointers.
That's interesting.
They did a good job.
That is
yeah. It's just like random. She's like, "Yeah, we built that. We built this community."
Well, why y'all put the vents on the ceiling? Why the vents all on the ceiling, bitch? Air don't go down, motherfucker. Air rises, bitch. We in here hiding the motherfucker.
Oh my gosh. I can't.
My farts is all on the ceiling and shit, bitch.
I can't. What is he asking me? Extraordinary regular nigga.
They're trying to see if you're
if I'm sweaty.
Like Marcus.
They probably do. So I probably should keep them down.
At least she ain't lying. She keep it real, man.
I'm gonna keep them down, y'all. Like, I try to look nice for y'all.
There's a lot of men that like a little sweat in some sweaty areas. If I saw a bitch sweating in her crotch and she chilling at the crib, I don't think that'd be a turn off to me. That'd be like, look at that, look at this.
Look at that little
I want a fucking crab boil up in this motherfucker.
Oh my god.
Niggas say the nastiest shit when they try to fuck something.
Crab boil. Oh shit.
I feel like did y'all ever see that movie A Time to Kill with Samuel L. Jackson and
that's
Michael
how you feel like you look.
Yeah, you remember how the
I did it, and I hope they burn it down. He was sweating like
sweaty, just sweaty and wet. Or like what's her name in the Hustle movie? What's her name? Taraji and them. And it's
Hustle and Flow.
Yeah, sweaty. Just that's how I feel.
Bitching that motherfucker. Hey, somebody just posted a meme saying, on this day, this is the day that DJ wore a leather jacket in 90-degree weather. Should they had a picture of a dog in his leather jacket?
Yo, what is up with the youth, nigga? Because they be walking outside with straight hoodies on and jeans in this type of shit.
That's their military warfare fatigues. The niggas wear hoodies. Basically, that's how they look at it. They look at it like that's they shiesty. That's
how they the heat stroke. That's the fuck that
they gotta hide from their ops, or they gotta pull.
Even the girls do it. Like even when I had my little nieces here with me, they used to. And I'm like, y'all are making me hot looking at y'all, but that's just the style.
Nah, they just musty. The girls these days be musty. They be hair be done, makeup be on, and they be musty than a motherfucker.
Listen, I try to give tips. Shout out to OG Mont. Thank you for the 10. You're always a big supporter. He says, salute 3G's. Best podcast, hands down. Thank you so much for the love. We appreciate that. And I want to say, she's never hearing the lives, but shout out to Jazz. I think her name is Jazz521. She watches she's binge watching our show. And she makes comments like on all the videos. So thank you for the love. Whenever you get to this one, girl, just know that we see you, constantly leaving great comments and watching the show.
For sure.
Shout out to you.
Thank you for that. Yeah. Look, that Louisiana heat is different. I wonder how different it is. Because Louisiana look musty on photos. You ever see a fucking picture of Louisiana anywhere? Like this shit look musty on a photo.
I can't.
They got them little slave shack ass houses and shit. Them shotgun houses. Shit. And you be like, any minute now a swamp gonna just
I was gonna say.
You know them boats, them houses was made out of boats.
Oh, really?
Hey, tell me, am I wrong, King Eternal? Maybe you know about that. a lot of those houses, they used to cut the top of the boat off and end up converting them into houses and shit. Like they had like that cabin part of the boat or whatever.
If a gator tail hit the bottom of that foundation too hard, that motherfucker coming down.
Oh, right.
Shit. They be on cylinder blocks, nigga. All you need is a good, strong motherfucking nigga to kick your shit. Mad at you. You
got beef with your neighbor.
Because
who gonna knock their shit down first?
He do the backwards, kick your door in. The little backward heel kick to your one of them cylinder blocks.
The backward heel kick.
Have your whole house sitting on the motherfucking corner and shit.
You stupid.
Oh
my
nigga.
God.
Got our shit leaning and shit. How you gonna pick it back
to the side?
Then you got some dolphin with a big ass industrial size jack. Like I can get it back up there for you. Don't worry about it. Just cranking your shit, cranking your little houseboat up.
This thing got a jack the size of a PT Cruiser and shit. He's like, I got you, man. I got you.
Like, where did you get this shit? He got the name of the company that he stole it from right on the motherfucker. The shipping yard, Mr. Daniel's shipping yard since 1831. Right on the side of that bitch.
He said they be looking boat built.
A boat built.
Listen, man, Google that shit, bro. Google that shit. I think you'll find out that it is a boat, or some of them is. I mean, don't get me wrong, depending on where you are. But I know in New Orleans and shit, certain places, you know, I watch documentaries, my nigga. This is how I be knowing shit like that.
Me too. Shout out to Carrie Fraser.
Did you listen? I put her on to this documentary about what the fuck was it about?
The one you just told me about? The YNs that was acting crazy.
The Louisiana, what the fuck was it called?
Part 1. It's in my history.
Basically, some little demonic ass little Louisiana niggas. You know what I'm saying? Little
like GMS, really demonic. Look like when you look at them. Wait, don't put Carrie's thing back up because we didn't read it. But like when you look at them, they're like the type of youth that you're like, oh, you can't even be reached.
You got to be excommunicated from the path of greatness.
You need to be led off a cliff.
Yeah, I'm gonna find the name of it. But shout out to Carrie Fraser. Thank you for the 10. Carrie said this one would be classic because I'm sure since we're gonna be talking about day-to-day, look at it, you know, they know that it's gonna be some probably back and forth. So thank you for that, and thanks for supporting us. We like entertaining you guys.
Appreciate that. Yeah, man, whatever it was called, it was basically talking about some drill niggas, like drill rappers in Louisiana, and it was like 2 parts. And they was questioning these cats, man, and talking about why and what they do and why they do it, dog.
Man, it was interesting. Like at first I was like, oh yeah, okay, I'll check it out. And then as I'm watching, I'm like, like, did y'all ever see, we talk about old documentaries all the time, but did y'all ever watch Banging in Lil Rock on HBO back in the day? Because that was a great one. Like GMS, if I could find it somewhere to send it to you, because it was showing like the gang life, but it was real rough, and it was showing,
it was real musty.
It was real musty.
It was
real musty looking, and it was real dangerous. But then it was showing like one of the gang members that was like paralyzed in a hospital bed and all this stuff. But it scared me really bad because I didn't know people lived like that. You know
this Louisiana one actually made me feel like the next, because one of them was NBA YoungBoy little brother, and he seemed probably the most remorseful out of all them niggas. The rest of them seemed like unreachable.
Oh, it is.
Go ahead. What is it called?
It's called Welcome to Shreveport and Baton Rouge, the most dangerous cities in America. Gangs, murder, and drill. So I'll make sure I link it. Like once this post, I'll link it down below in the comments. I'll pin it so y'all could go check it out as well.
That's what Binki trying to build that studio at, right? In
Shreveport.
In Shreveport, yes.
I see why he got that shit for $38.
Yeah, 38 cents.
And they said you can have the jacks, you can have the house jacks if you want them. He's like, I don't even want the motherfucker.
Extra cylinder blocks for you.
Man, when I tell you, listen, man, we just had a YN kill a police officer about 3 or 4 days ago.
Do you know what the circumstances were?
He was walking up and down the street with a rifle, shooting at an apartment building, arguing with a nigga in the apartment building. The police pull up on him. He hid, start shooting up the car, shot one in the leg, shot the other one, and dead. So that was the fucking circumstance. He was just on one.
Just on one.
And they got video of it. If you look it up, Milwaukee police officer shooting. They just posted videos of the actual shooter walking up and down the street with his gun shooting and all that shit. But this the point, right?
Yeah.
I'm watching this goddamn documentary, man. All I could think about was Lean on Me. When Joe Clark took all them just
ruffians,
troublemaking ass niggas and put them up on the stage and was like, you know, basically everybody on the stage, you know, get the fuck on out of here. You know what I'm saying? I felt like the only way to correct some shit at this level is somebody gotta be strong enough and heartless enough to just take those that seem to not want to do right, put their ass on the stage and say, all of y'all gotta fucking go.
You know, it's sad to say, but I think that's the balance that we kind of need really in the world, because we can't have people that's completely just heartless and robotic and, you know, just is what it is. But we cannot have just everybody be bleeding hearts either, because when you have that bleeding heart mentality that, you know, some people have, you let things go way too long and way too far. And before you know it, now the brutal people have to come in and be even worse than they would have had to be in the first place had, you know,
But I would say we need more people on the stage too, not just the YNs and shit. You need the racists, like them just unchanging, ain't about shit ass racists. You need them on the stage. You need the pedos on the stage.
Yeah.
You know, you need those in society that everything about what they about is destructive, whatever that might be. Put all their ass on the stage and get them the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Agree with that.
And then it's gonna be a couple people like, no, you can't kick me out. My mama, he be like, you smoke crack, don't you? No.
Can they have any kind of? Because I mean, just like he did, right? He put him on stage like, I'm done with you, and now I'm gonna focus on these. But would they have any grace period at all? Like to get right? Like, okay, you got 3 months to do this, this, and this. Or else you're on the stage. Or is it like you come in and you just look at their track record thus far and say, based on what you've already done, you're out and you're not getting a chance?
If I find a video of you being unreasonably ignorant, I don't give a fuck what you tell me. I'm like, is this you? This is you? Get him the fuck out of here then. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with the racists. Did you say that you wish they were all choke on chicken and drown in watermelon juice? Was this you, bitch? Get the fuck out of here. You got whatever the fuck it is, right? But if I can find you and where you think you untouchable at, and you just doing you and you just saying the most wild, because I feel like that's where you really being you at.
Yeah.
That when you thought could say what you were saying at that moment. That's the real you, motherfucker.
Listen, that's why I don't argue with the rage bait accounts, because I mean that shit is rampant on social media, not just like on Twitter, but everywhere. But Twitter, it's like the most, when people can go in there and pay for a blue check just so they shit can be seen right under certain posts and shit. Like that's what you see. The first thing I had to ask myself, like, why on a post that got, you know, let's say it's got 10,000 likes and like 8,000 retweets, why the first 3 to 4 replies to that shit is people doing the rage bait shit, trying to provoke people, in other words. And then once you pass them, then you start seeing the ones that got more popular likes, like the ones that most people agree with or that's sensible. But I'm like, this shit be happening because they want people to be outraged. They want people to be triggered. So what I mean, it
makes for more engagement for people to argue back and forth with them type of people. I mean, I'm sure that's what that's all about, is eyes on it for advertisement.
The solution is to report them
if they even real.
No, but that's not even it don't even matter, because they get those accounts at, like, that's why a bunch of people continue to make these accounts with 15, 16 numbers at the end, because they're easy to get out of here. Because they're doing the rage bait shit. So they're saying triggering shit, or they're saying racial shit, or they're saying harmful shit. And if you report those instead of engaging with them, then these people don't have the opportunity to get more followers or get the engagement that they seek. They're gonna have to start over and over and over again. And at that point, I mean, shit, yeah.
And a lot of them are bots too, though. I mean, a lot of people are arguing with AI.
Yeah, that's why you report them. You can't. That's why we telling people do not reply to rage bait accounts, man. Just report the shit that they're saying. Get them out of here. I mean, due to the AI of this actual program or the actual platform, it'll get those accounts and those things taken down.
I mean, I think it's a good idea, and I think it's a good plan. Like, not engage with them, just report them and move on. Because when you feed the trolls, they grow. You know what I'm saying? You're giving them nutrients. Just leave them where they at, and move on. You know.
Shout out to Wade Bird. He said this might sound crazy, but put them on a space shuttle. Maybe you can get some scientific study out of them.
Yeah, go see if we can actually cohabitate on Mars. Send them bitch ass niggas up there and see what happens.
I don't think we got to go that extreme. I say drop their ass off. Money on them. Drop their ass off back in Africa. That'll fix them. Shit.
They talking about putting people in an environment they never came from, like a person, like a Mexican man that was born in the U.S. and been here for 20-something years, got deported to Mexico. You don't know what the fuck going on out there.
You know what? That's what they did to Shine. Remember when he got released and they sent him to Belize? As soon as he got released, I mean, he became a politician.
Has he ever lived in Belize before that, though? I know he spent a lot of his time here.
It had been a long time. So
but could you imagine your average YN in Africa trying to assimilate?
In what country in Africa, though?
The Congo. Shit, I don't know.
Stone the shit out that nigga.
I'm just saying, imagine them niggas
put a tire over this nigga and burned him. He said,
they fuck around, go over there and become gods because they got switches on all their Glocks and shit. They'll come over there. Them niggas ain't seen no switch. They come over there like, watch this. I'm gonna pull the trigger once and it's gonna shoot 50 times. They gonna be like, oh shit, you are a god. What the fuck?
He said, young nigga. Young nigga.
Gonna be like Chappie or whatever that movie.
I say young nigga. Young nigga. Nigga has spears and shit, hopping around and shit.
Why am I like thinking about? I was just thinking like the dust and the.
No, man, the song got a
young nigga. Yes, young nigga. Nigga was worshipped out there. They fucking made a statue of this nigga.
God out there, dog. It'd be a Pooh Shiesty. It'd be Pooh Shiesties all over the fucking Saharan desert in that motherfucker.
How the fuck that this nigga was a young nigga.
I don't know, but I have thought about that, you know, like listening to the discussions we've had on this podcast, right? And how, you know, AP has talked about cleaning it, like how he would clean up society and stuff. And I'm like, yeah, what if we did designate like some area of land and like it's heavily guarded, but hey, this is where y'all at. Good luck, fend for yourselves, you know, do your thing. Maybe we don't outright kill you, but you know, you're over here and you're not part of our society anymore. We're not responsible for you. It's heavily guarded. You leave here.
I mean, right now they call it jail. God damn it, that's their motherfucking desert island right now, and them niggas is loving it in that motherfucker.
They do, but you know something? They just opened like a detention center here in Florida. I don't know if y'all saw that. They call it Alligator Alcatraz, where it's a new ice
moat. They built a big ass moat full of alligators around that.
It's a new.
Ain't that some racist ass shit? Gator bait. They call it gator bait.
Right.
Gator bait detention center. Like,
it's a new ice facility that they built in some record time. I'm like, of course, you know, we could do a lot of shit in record time when we want to. Like, it's just what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I think the motherfucking best study would be dropping them off in a rural place in Africa, not no city, but like a rural ass. You know, jungle, even like put them niggas in.
Oh, really? Like not even civilized?
No civilized area, like where they
when
just
they
really
see somebody, they gotta wonder if this person gonna attack them or not. You know what I'm saying?
They don't know what they getting yelled at or getting asked what directions and shit. Like, and but don't you like I don't know.
You don't know if they gonna help or harm you.
What are you saying? I'm not like a boy. That's how the mamas and grandmas talk. I don't know. I'm just a young nigga. I don't know. I'm just a young nigga.
Do y'all remember on the Jerry Springer and stuff where they used to do the boot camp? Like the guy used to come and try to scare
Get in that face.
youth.
You little maggot. Every time I see you, motherfucker. Oh, God. You trying to disrespect your mama? You want to disrespect your mama?
That shit ain't never worked. Niggas be at home like, God, pop dude fool ass. Hey, men and women need to go over there. Imagine it'll fuck around, end up looking like a goddamn Carnival cruise ship in that motherfucker.
Oh, we're gonna talk about that for sure.
It's gonna look like a Carnival cruise. But real shit, after about like 6-7 months, niggas gonna have their designer all tied up like across their chest, and they clothes gonna be worn. Like it's gonna start, you know what I mean, looking like some.
And we need to have cop cams on them so we can
all of that. We need to document every minute. We need drone footage. We need everybody mic'd.
It's the new Hunger Games.
Dog, that shit would be the best. They could air that shit 24 hours a day.
And we will
watch that shit all day.
We will watch it.
I have a whole YouTube channel based on just talk about these niggas.
I reacted to it.
Did you see the BDs and the GDs was fighting still in motherfucking Congo?
This one untied a sarong, you know.
They've been out of bullets for 8 months, but these niggas is apparently still beefing this shit.
But honestly, I mean, it sounds harsh, but I think that if we had more harsh laws, I think it would deter people. Like, if you knew you would get your hand chopped off over here for stealing something, I think we would have less theft. We would still have.
We would have dolphins,
but a lot less.
There'd be dolphins out here with no limbs. as CVS just punching through the motherfucking glass like ting, running out with some lotion and shit. Like the lotion ain't safe at CVS. Goddamn it. I'm just saying, I just would like to see some extreme, harsh punishments, like you said. But it ain't, to me, why does that sound extreme? To take some people who have basically disregarded all that their ancestors been through to become the biggest enemy of one another. And because of them being kidnapped and taken from their country, put their ass back.
Yep.
And see what the fuck happened. I bet you the outcome would be more positive than negative.
Yeah.
I don't know what it'll be, but it'll be more positive than that. And them niggas gonna go kicking and screaming.
In that first example of them, the other young niggas seeing the dudes out there, they gonna be like, I don't know. I don't know if I want to keep doing this shit.
Then they gonna run into them real soldiers, them boy soldiers, them niggas who was eating motherfucking tooting gunpowder before they went and ran up on tribes and shit. Like they gonna run into them.
Them beasts running with Comey.
Yeah, them beasts of a nation niggas. They gonna run into some real soldiers over there. So I'm just saying, I would want to see that only because I actually want to fix them. And I don't see no other way.
You know something? Go ahead. No, go ahead. I was gonna.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna ask y'all a question, actually. And I feel like I've asked this before about The Wire, but have y'all, GMS? Have you watched The Wire?
Yep.
As well, like, so I actually kind of ran into that show the first time I watched it in season 4, which is the best season because it's about the kids. And I think that's the one that most people honestly gravitate towards because it starts one way. It's almost like reminding me of Juice, right? Where at the beginning of the movie, they laughing, they walking down the street. And by the end of the movie, you know, that whole friend clique, all things have happened. But then they kind of show you where they started. You're like, damn, a lot changed from where they started. And that's the same with the youth. And I think the reason a lot of people are drawn to season 4 of The Wire is because you see them start as they're just kids going to school. They got their little uniforms. One's a little hustler, he sells candy. One's, you know, poor and smells bad or whatever. And, you know, parents are crackheads, whatever. Another one, you know, had a molestation situation with a stepdad. And, you know, it's so many different things happen. But my point is, I think that why it affects people so much is because you do get to look at them and realize that, like, damn, they aren't born that way necessarily. They don't start that way, but their circumstances do that to them. And there needs to be something we try to do to like change these circumstances because you can't help what you're born into.
Yeah, but what you born into, what makes it violent and what makes it a negative environment for everybody else is you bring these abused and damaged people into a society that celebrates violence and celebrates
Ignorance.
the ignorance. So imagine that any of those kids going through that same thing, but then they get embraced by a culture that hugs them and takes them in and say, we're not going to let you go through this anymore. We're going to have your back. You stink, but we're going to put you in clean clothes. You was abused. You never got to worry about that again. You was a little hustler. Let's get you in a business. Let's get you, trained to make some legit money. You get what I'm saying? Like they being embraced by negativity. Like, oh, your life fucked up. Let me use you as a crash out. Oh, your life fucked up. Let me sell more drugs to you. Oh, your life fucked up. Let me use you to go kill this nigga for me. So if there wasn't that, it don't matter what they've been through.
Right. And I feel like, I would love for us to like watch that season one day and just talk about it. Maybe if we ever do anything with memberships or Patreon or whatever, that could be something we do as a collective on this podcast, just that one season, and talk about it, because it's like it's not even just the kids and their environment, it's the bureaucracy around them. Like one of the kid, the one that was like a hustler or whatever, wasn't a bad kid at all. He just was in the wrong place at the wrong time. This is the one that was a lookout while the girl went in the bathroom with two dudes and they had some sexual situation.
And brought him into that shit.
And they brought him into it. And then he's like, trying not to get suspended because his foster mom. Yeah. And then he's like, I know about a murder. They're like, what? Then the cops get involved, all this stuff. And then it gets around town because one of the cops, he's a snitch. Now he's getting beat up. All kinds of things were happening to him. They set his house on fire. And then it was like, one of the cops wanted to take him home and was like, listen, let me and my wife take him. And they wouldn't let him get him because of bureaucracy and paperwork. You know what I'm saying? And then when you see him the next season,
it could have saved his life, basically.
Totally different kid.
Yeah.
Totally different kid when you saw, like, that was heartbreaking to see him. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that happens. It happens so much. And I think that's why so many people are affected, especially white liberals seem to really gravitate towards that.
In that time, it was like that. You know what I'm saying? But this the problem now, right? Mm-hmm. It's still some fucked up parents out here. But a lot of parents who went through all that shit you just described from The Wire, we tried to change and try to make it better for our kids. And these niggas, just through watching fucking old videos and the new social media dumb fucks that run around doing dumb shit, they trying to act like they been through what we've been through. You know what I'm saying? Like, we made your life better. You know what I'm saying? We changed the direction, or tried to change the direction of what that them crack years did to us. So now all our kids are square as fuck. They only got Jordans and the iPhone because of the parents. You know what I'm saying? And they call the other little kids bums and shit. Like, nigga, you a bum. Yeah. Like, you literally living off of your parents.
What did Cliff Huxtable tell his kids? We rich.
Oh, well,
not rich.
Well, that's the same shit. But these little niggas out here trying to act like they really grimy. They going in the suburbs. They in good ass neighborhoods. They in neighborhoods with, you know what I'm saying, with nice facilities and parks and all that shit. And they acting like they in Compton or some shit. Like, get your little weak ass the fuck out of here, man.
Get out of here.
Yeah, but that's the problem. Like, they made it so cool and popular that even the corniest of corny niggas want to be
down. Wait, we didn't shout out Joe. I know I saw you highlighted. We just didn't. Yeah. Thank you, Joe, for the 7. We always appreciate you, bro. He said purge.
Hey, man. Listen, I don't want it to come to the point where someone outside of us is in charge of the purge. Yeah. That's why I say the shit I say. Because you don't want to get corrected by the large majority of people. Yeah. It'll be better if we figure out a way to correct ourselves and correct what's been going on before those that don't like you anyway
do it, because we understand the nuance of, you know what I'm saying, our people,
and we can identify who should be on the stage and who can get some help.
Right.
To them, everybody look alike. All you all
like, you got locks. out of here. And
Put
it's
them on
like,
the stage.
that don't mean nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like, hold on now.
Put them on the stage. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. Like, and if you keep co-signing this shit, even if you a young nigga, dog, if you keep acting like your friends, your life gonna be harder than it need to be.
Yeah.
If you 20, if you 19, and you acting like the other 19-year-olds, you on the way of fucking up your life right now. I'm almost sure of that shit.
Yeah. What was it that you used to tell your sons, AP, about like the cops look at them like a wild animal, or how do you treat a wild animal? Do you remember
I was saying they need to look at the police like a wild animal.
Okay.
Because they might approach you one day and not hungry, not gonna bite your head off, not gonna do nothing to you, but you still need to be cautious. Like, okay, the police is here.
Yeah.
Let me realize that one of them might be cool, the other one might be ready to eat and want to bite my fucking head off. So you don't start provoking them and don't poke the bear and then wonder why you on the ground with a knee in your neck or getting tased or getting shot or getting manhandled because you wanted to buck at bears because you thought, well, he ain't legally able to do this. They don't give a fuck. They tired of your ass. They tired of everybody that looked like you the rest of that day. You might ain't did shit.
Just like anybody else, they gonna try to get away with what they can. They don't follow the law, just like a lot of regular citizens don't follow the law. It's not like they got to. You should never go into a situation dealing with the police thinking that they gotta abide by some rules. Been time and time again where they don't show y'all that they don't give a fuck about none of that shit. You gotta treat them.
Don't provoke it, like because you never know what you're gonna run into.
Or anybody. Like when you think you in a right, but whoever is you getting into it with don't care who right or wrong. They own one. Yeah. You about to really find out a really fucked up lesson.
Yeah.
That's the same thing with driving and you got the right of way. You got the green light. But you see this other car is ignoring the traffic laws. That other car is about to speed through the red. Is you gonna keep driving with your goofy ass because you got the green motherfucker, or is you gonna be like, let me stop, or this motherfucker about to hit me? It's almost the same shit. Like,
no, I agree, and that's why, like, when people get upset when you say the things about, like, a woman being in certain places at certain times with certain people, or a woman, shouldn't hit a man, or whatever, and but he should be able to take it. Listen.
Same shit.
Listen, it's the same shit because at the end of the day, do you want to be right or do you want to be alive or without your jaw cracked? Like, yeah, okay, a man is stronger than you naturally. We know that. But you don't know and cannot guarantee that if you slap him, if you punch him, if you kick him, that he's not going to do the same to you or worse. So why even go there? Just don't even do it.
And he should be able to stand over you like, now look at you with your right ass. Yeah, you right. How I feel to be right, bitch. No.
It's so crazy. But I mean, but it's true.
Probably what Lasagna Man said.
Oh my God. Lasagna Man was like, no. I don't want to play with that no more. We took that shit.
I was gonna say shout out to Hot One. I did see he said he told his son, just make it home. We're gonna fight it in court. And that's how you should do it, right? Like if something happens, you get pulled over.
I grew up where gangsters when you caught, you quiet. You shut the fuck up, get the cuss on quietly. You hit the cigarette as many times as you can before they take it out your mouth. Or the blunt. You know what I'm saying? You like, I'm going to jail. Like ain't no fucking shit to talk about. Like niggas we used to go to jail cool as fuck in my era. I feel like there wasn't nobody arguing, wasn't nobody talking shit. We just like, all right, you got me. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. And we
didn't say where I'm a minor.
We didn't say shit. Like you didn't say shit.
Little me.
We would, and not only that, that's even crazy. We was minors. Right. He wasn't even a minor. We 14, 15 in crack houses getting a whole raid.
Talking about some, I'm a minor.
Nigga, they coming in SWAT team style, ATF, with motherfucking feds and police and motherfucking regular clothes and tactical clothes. And you in there like try to get all the little weed you could Before they like,
But
somebody
not
take the
talking.
goddamn blood out of his mouth.
This nigga tightened his lips. He said,
Niggas that all swallow crack and dope and put shit in a open battery and flush shit, and we just all sit there like, man, let's just shut the fuck up and see what. Hope your grandma answer the phone. Like, grandma, call my mama and tell her they came and got me.
Oh my gosh. All right. Well,
All right.
this was actually a good discussion. I feel like we're never gonna stop this discussion because honestly, it's part of our lives right now. These YNs, as they're called, and as they call themselves, and really that's the group, how they act. It is what it is. So we're always gonna have something to talk about with them. Hopefully something can change, but I think a lot of the reason we have them is kind of another thing AP said, where he was like, they're cheaply made, so to speak. Like, they're made by parents that shouldn't have been together in the first place. Not a good mother, not a good father. You're not bringing anything to society, and the people that made you aren't even trying to raise you. And the rest of us now have to deal with you. So if we could, I guess, get at the root of that problem, if we could do something about people becoming parents just because they're fertile, which, then it becomes some other shit that we never can do. But, maybe we could stem some of this.
Read this real quick because this fucked up.
All right. Extraordinary regular nigga said, I have 2 nonverbal autistic children, a girl and a boy. My son is about to be 14 years and as tall as me, 6 feet. That's another scary. And he doesn't talk.
Now tell me how many police would be like, what's your name? What's your fucking name? I'm asking you your fucking name. And all of a sudden he putting hands on them, choke slamming them.
You're giving me chills.
This happened to an autistic boy that played the saxophone or trumpet. Do y'all remember this? This all happened during that George Floyd time.
Yep.
And I think he died from cardiac arrest or a seizure or some shit while they was doing all this to him because he could not respond like because he had that disability.
About to make me cry. Yeah, no, because that happened to my brother before.
This is why
not that outcome. But
this is why I always say when we supposed to march and tear shit up. This is who you bet. This is who you lose all cool for. You know what I'm saying? A child that was in that predicament, not niggas who is running away with the pistol because they don't want to throw
their pants falling down.
And literally just was on IG earlier. That's why they found them. You know what I'm saying? And this is the niggas that we want to tear some cities up for. But there's people like his children that you got to be afraid for because the police don't give a fuck. They just see a big tall ass black man. And he can't, respond correctly. He can't speak for himself. He in danger.
Yeah.
Listen, that happened to my brother last year, but they called me. My brother's not autistic. I don't know exactly what his neurodivergent diagnosis is, but it's something. And he had gotten pulled over, and the police officer, she talked to me on his phone, and she's like, "Hey, your brother gave me your number to call. Can you come pick him up? Because I'm asking him questions, but he's not really responding and he's not drunk. So I know something else is going on." And I'm like, thank God she is the one that had him because that could have went. And my brother's 6'3". You know what I'm saying? So it's like that could have went any other way. When I think about that, literally, I'm just getting chills because he could have ended up, and I'm just like, I can't even imagine him being locked up. How people would,
that's some scary
treating
shit,
him,
man. I'm telling you. But that's why I used to be afraid to take my kids into certain neighborhoods. So we got to be strategic where we bought a home at, because I'm like, ain't no fucking way 6 black boys is gonna get treated right in certain areas, and we a segregated ass city. So you got to be thoughtful because guess what? Your neighbor who know who you are, know who your kids are, know your kids is on the right track, know they all play little league and basketball and go to school. They'll be the same motherfucker on the phone. Like, I seen some kids out there and I think one of them got a gun. And they know it's your fucking kid.
And they know. Yeah.
So you got a dog. It's they need to go on the fucking stage too and get shipped the fuck. They need to go back to Ireland or wherever the fuck they from. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I would love to see all races, all people that are threats to their own kind in any way, all pedos get put somewhere. Take the motherfucker somewhere far, far away, goddamn it. Let them figure it out on their own, goddamn it.
There's got to be the first recruits in the draft, man.
Yeah.
You got to make some different requirements, man.
I don't want them with access to too much military equipment and secrets. Strap them niggas to the bombs.
Niggas sit them on a nuke.
I want them niggas strapped to bombs.
Oh, hell no.
Like, you just got to squeeze this, like bear hug this and make sure it doesn't come open while we dropping it.
We're gonna put a parachute on you, so last minute you could jump off.
I want to like here, man. Get in this cannon. Sir, yes, sir. I want them stupid ass niggas use like fucking bullets. Like fuck it.
But you see what HM3, the Trapcast show, shout out, hey, what's up, HM3? He said the problem is the YN's fight game is trash. And you know, in that documentary, me and AP was talking about, they addressed that. It was like, wait, fight.
They're like, fight.
Nobody fighting.
Listen, man. Yeah. And then I mean, there is some level of white supremacy involved. You can't tell me that allowing what was I calling them before, like irresponsible gun ownership should be a crime. You know what I'm saying? If I see you wielding guns irresponsibly, that's a charge, motherfucker. Yeah. You know what I mean? And you might lose your privilege to own a rifle or have a gun, because that's who the most dangerous motherfuckers is an idiot in any form. But then you give idiots guns, nigga. Oh hell no.
That's the part that I hate too, is I wouldn't, rethinking that, I wouldn't never want them to be around a situation where their most favorite thing in the world is going to be the most accessible to them. You put them in the military, the first thing they're going to do is try to figure out what type of guns they're going to get, what type of assault rifles, what type of gear, what type of extra shit that they can hold on to. And then you put somebody that's already irresponsible with guns in the streets. I don't think there's no discipline within the army that'll help already corrupted mind young nigga.
Maybe not, but you know what? They got their own judicial system, and they got JAG in the military, and I feel like they get away with a lot of abuse in there.
If they daddies ain't gonna be the one to do it, I don't know if these other niggas gonna do it. I don't know. I'm going based off of this generation, not like
I get it.
The past generations that will have that mindset, but then want to do better. Like deep down, they want to do better, so that type of shit will rehabilitate them. I don't think it's no rehabilitating these young dumb niggas, because there's a different factor involved, and that's the internet. That's
probably
like
not.
It's so strong. Bro, it's
but a lot of them die in basic training.
You gotta drop them off in Africa. That shit would listen.
You know what? Not Africa, Australia. Because I feel like there's so many wild animals, wild insects, wild snakes.
A young nigga versus a kangaroo. Listen, I watch that shit every day.
Like the spiders.
Listen, there are some.
You say, hey, what the fuck, nigga?
There's some. I watch nothing but documentaries about all over the world. Now there's some beautiful, fully developed countries in Africa, but there are some areas that them niggas don't know poverty. It will make their projects look like mansions if they go over there and have to be subjected to that level of poverty.
Yeah.
Where bed bugs, nigga, bed bug. That's all you worried about is bed bugs. Nigga, like, nigga, they use bed bugs as beds in some of these motherfuckers. They just got a whole motherfucking 7 trillion bugs as a mattress, motherfucker.
You got to get 17 different shots before you go there anyway.
Bro,
nigga, you got the least of your words is a bed bug.
I watched this documentary.
Mosquito will take your ass.
It was called like the most dangerous trip or some shit like that, where they sit on this boat and the boat goes up the Nile or one of those major rivers. I think it's the Nile River though. And when I tell you the boat ain't shit by itself, it's already the most dangerous shit ever. They pack on that boat to where there's sitting and standing room only. They pay the fare to be on this boat because it's the quickest way to travel to other countries. Because it ain't no paved roads, it ain't no way around the mountains and this and that. So the easiest way to go. So they sit on this boat for weeks before it even take off the motherfucking on their little trip. So they shitting, pissing, eating, selling merch, trying to just thug it out and survive on this boat before it even take the water. Then half of the people on there ain't paid. They done snuck on the motherfucking boat. There ain't security to figure out who the fuck's supposed to be on the boat or not. So the nigga that's waiting to get gas, he got them sitting there for weeks like he ain't buying no gas until he get more money. Then they finally take off on the trip and people dying on the trip, people having babies on the motherfucking boat. I got to find the name of this documentary. And this is an African country. And I'm like, kill me, motherfucker. Like, there ain't no fucking way. I be complaining about a bad airplane travel day. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't no motherfucking way I could travel like that. And that's just normal. Only to go to somebody family funeral or a wedding or some shit. Bodies being bombed for a month and a half. Just crazy shit. So I'm like, send them niggas over there.
Yeah.
Let them niggas get a real reality check. If that don't change you, I don't know what the fuck will at that point. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, even us, a lot of the people that think we don't need to be checked, if we forced to watch and see how people live, you will start appreciating your life a lot more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because we have it great. We have it good and we have it great. A lot better than many people.
Yeah, word up.
That's why I try to just give thanks. I tell God every day, I'm thankful and I'm grateful and I'm blessed and I thank you because, I am. I want him to know.
I'm fortunate to not have a young nigga mindset as far as being destructive, man. I find that shit to be very despicable. I also want to make it clear that I don't think that everybody is lost. I don't think that there's no chance for certain people to change. Mm-hmm. I just think that the glorification of it all and it being reinforced on social media, a place where these people, these kids are most of the time during the day and spend most of their time scrolling and kind of being influenced. It's hard to get out of that mindset when you've been tricked into believing that a lot of that shit is cool.
That's true. The sensei said these niggas' parents also be with the BS. Hard to change somebody who learned it from parents.
I agree with that too.
Yep.
Yes.
You're absolutely right. And guess what? They need to be on it. They need to get shipped too. And the ship should be called the Carnival cruise ship.
Okay, we're gonna talk about the Carnival cruise
let's talk about some of this shit then.
Let's talk about it. Okay, so let me read this article to you guys. So Carnival's new rules got black folks all in their feelings, but others say the cruise line is justified. So it says here, and I'm reading from The Root. Brawls, assaults, drunken fights, boots on the ground, and fans in hands just might have Carnival Cruise Line saying enough is enough. And some black passengers are returning the favor, canceling their existing reservations or canceling the cruise line altogether because they deem their new rules are racist. But some argue, are the new policies racist or just restrictive? The discussion began after Carnival, who has the most allegations of serious crimes committed at sea, which I didn't know that, than any other cruise line sailing from North America, this is per the FBI, implemented the new rules. According to reports, as of June 1st, Carnival passengers received a new letter to reinforce their guidelines and code of conduct. Stricter enforcement on drugs. Marijuana, including cannabis and its derivatives and other illegal substances, are unlawful and strictly prohibited on board, the letter emphasized. Smoking of any kind in undesignated areas such as staterooms and balconies is strictly prohibited. Even if marijuana is legal in your home state, It remains illegal under U.S. federal law. Okay. Curfews. Guests 17 years of age and under must be out of public areas by 1 a.m. unless they're being accompanied by an adult from their traveling party, age 21 of age or older. They're allowed to be in public areas after 1 a.m. only if they're involved in a supervised, Club O2 or Circle C, I guess they're teen activities, as they're usually late night programs and they're hosted. Boots on the ground, but leave the fans at home. Passengers can still enjoy those battery powered fans on board, but as for those non battery operated fans, leave those at home. Carnival cites safety reasons for a specific ban for the handheld fans made popular by the boots on the ground. Where them fans at? Line dance. Okay, by 803.
It been
Fresh.
bitches losing eyeballs fucking with them fans or something.
Really?
Some got them fans.
Something's going on, right? Okay, so it says also no more hip hop. Although Carnival Cruise Line has not officially announced a ban on hip hop or rap music in their clubs, significant online chatter from some Black passengers say they noticed a reduction of absence of the genre in clubs. Limited, unlimited drink packages. Okay, so that sounds like an oxymoron, but they're limiting the unlimited drink packages. The cruise line always had a 15 drink limit per 24-hour period for the alcoholic beverage package, but now there's a perception that alleged enforcement has become stricter. Okay, no more Bluetooth speakers. Carnival has reinforced rules against guests playing their own music loudly in public areas, including by pools and hallways. Okay, so those are the new rules. Y'all can read more about that over at The Root, but what do you guys think?
I think that it's no secret that a lot of rules do get changed, and it kind of is expressed through different things that happen with Black people on certain instances. And I think a lot of the reason is because certain things, once again, and I hate to keep reverting to it, but social media, you see all the videos of people getting into it on these cruise lines and different shit like that. It's amplified when you see a bunch of Black people getting into it on these cruise ships. So they try to, that's the same thing when it comes to different establishments like restaurants and shit like that. When they start changing dress codes or changing certain things about their establishment, is because certain things ended up happening and going, viral or being seen on the internet, and they want to try to, quote unquote, protect their business. But I mean, you also got to understand when you have a demographic of people that contribute to the wealth of your business, it's like, I mean, what can you really do with that?
Okay.
All money
AP,
ain't
what do you
good
think?
money.
Yeah.
I think all money ain't good money. And I think any business, and it just been the story for years. It was no question why they had metal detectors at doors of certain bars and certain clubs.
Yeah.
Because they knew who their demographic was. And those places wouldn't be around 30, 40 fucking years like some of these white establishments. It's a reason why a white bar club is open 40 years. This is our 50-year motherfucking celebration. Ain't no Black club finna be open no past no motherfucking 2-3 fucking years without changing management. You know what I'm saying? Or ownership or name. You know what I'm saying? And it's a reason for that shit. Even as a security guard or something, white people fight. White people get drunk. But I ask all of y'all listen to this. If you was a security guard, would you rather try to break up a white fight or a Black fight?
GMS used to be a bouncer. You answer that. Is he there? Oh, maybe he went off. Well, y'all in the chat, y'all
what do
answer
you think?
Okay,
my question: if you had a break up a fight, you a female, you had to break up a fight of 5 white blind drunk bitches, or 5 sisters. Who you want to break up?
Can I be honest?
Yeah, you're supposed to be fucking
okay. Don't be mad at me, but I would want to break up the white fight more than the Black, because I've seen some of them Black women fights, and it's rough. I mean, and they be slinging each other. Let me mute him. Hold on. And they be like slinging each other around, taking each other clothes off. Don't even really mean to, but it gets real in the field of some of them hood fights. and I don't want to be in the middle of that. You know what I'm saying, personally. So,
And this another thing, right? I meant to highlight this. We need to make a few channels that only report white chaos.
Yeah.
Guess what? They out there, and motherfuckers. We every every white fight that been recorded, we probably saw it. But it's it doesn't hell in comparison, motherfucker.
It's very different
to the amount of numbers of new, fresh, daily motherfucking footage of a different group of people.
Yes, these sensei. He said they be trying to kill each other. Binky, they do. That's why, like, don't put me in the middle of no hood black chick fight. I'm sorry, I don't want to be there.
So GMS, I'm asking the question.
Yeah.
If you're a security guard, would you rather break up a white brawl or a black brawl?
Shit.
Think back to your bouncer days.
He trying to think to his pro black days. He like, how would Umar answer this?
I mean, the only fights I've ever had to break up in my bouncer days was black fights. That was the only fights I ever had to break up.
What?
You know what I'm saying? The only fights I ever had to break up when I was bouncing was black fights. I think out of all of them, I took one Somalian nigga outside and threw him off the fucking shit. That's it.
So you would rather break up a DeMarcus and Tyrone fight versus a Connor?
No, I wouldn't.
Jaden
fight.
But
I didn't have a choice, you know.
Yeah. Well, that's his question, though. That's his question.
He's saying there was no other option. I'm asking you.
Yeah.
Given you're on the boat, you're the new security, new head security. Fuck that. You the head of security on the Carnival
top flight.
and they gave you the Joe Clark task of cleaning the boat up, making the boat more safe and family friendly, and making it where there's less violence and less inappropriate behavior for family environment. What you gonna do to make that a reality on that boat, GMS?
I'm going to the best of my abilities break up every last fight that is in my vicinity. Black, white, Asian, Latino. I'll tell you one thing. If I see any of you little hat motherfuckers, oh, no, I'm just kidding. you tiny hat wearing motherfucker, I'm going for you first.
But I'll tell you what I said.
Hold on. The minute a female haul off and punch this nigga in the face while he trying to break up all the fights, he go, all right, enough of this shit, bitch.
I'm gonna sound like that nigga. I'm gonna sound like Lasagna Man.
Listen, all that shit going right out the window. All right, my fault, Binki. Go ahead.
No, I was just telling him because I answered the question while you were away, and I said I'd rather break up a white woman fight than a black hood woman fight. I don't want to be in the middle. So I did answer the question.
The intimidation factor of me stepping up with my size, breaking up a white fight will be a lot easier to break that up than niggas fighting, because it's like a certain level. It's crazy because when niggas fighting and they see other niggas pull up and try to stop it, they almost have the sense of, man, you should understand what's going on. Like, nah, niggas, like, fuck out of here. Y'all niggas need to chill.
Fight.
You fucking it up for everybody. That's the one thing that a lot of people hate to neglect, or they always neglect that part. Anything that we do in a public space is always going to be reflected on all of us from that point on. It never happens with other white people. It never happens. Once black people get into it too much in a certain establishment, rules change, everything changes. It don't happen the other way around.
That's true. But can I talk about these rules that they have?
Go ahead.
Because I feel like they're not unreasonable rules. Like, while they may feel targeted to black people, well, do some of us need to be targeted? I mean, listen, there's a certain element that does act like they ain't never been nowhere before, and they don't know how to act. And like you have to tell them, hey, don't bring your speaker, out here when we already have the music piping through the system or whatever, because now you're disturbing people, or you're walking down the hall with your fucking speaker on your thing.
And
you know what I'm saying?
It just sound like jumbled noise at this point.
Oh, yeah. And I want to say this too. We got to stop, we got to realize and be very, very aware of how a lot of people act, because in situations like this, a lot of people be like, well, we can start our own cruise line, a black cruise line, or go to the black cruises where they play our music, and we ain't gotta be on Carnival, we ain't gotta do that. But we don't want y'all to do that if y'all gonna bring the same bullshit y'all brought over to Carnival over here, and then fuck
we
it
don't
up
want
for
it
these
there.
niggas.
Yeah, and shout out, I think it was Wade. Was it Wade that said he had told us before he went on yep, here it is. Wade, shout out to Wade Bird. He said he mentioned before, check out Festival at Sea. It's an all-black cruise line. It was one of the best experiences that I had. So shout out to you, and thank you for plugging that business. But to GMS's
that shit must
point,
be $6,000 a person in the
right? There's barrier to entry guaranteed, which is that price, because there's a certain element that's probably not going on that cruise line. So it's an enjoyable experience. But if they start selling these $100, a night or whatever tickets, then you're gonna usher in another element, unfortunately, depending. So I agree with GMS. Like, even if we have those kind of things, there's just a certain group we don't want to hang with. We don't want to be there with you either.
And that's the misconception that a lot of white people feel like we just accept all bullshit that comes from our community, and it's drowned out the type of pushback that we do actually have on a daily basis for certain things that happen in the community, so much that people don't even they never pay attention to it. And it's not even in matter of fact, it's not even they don't pay attention to it. I think it's them trying to continue to push that narrative about us as well. So they disregard the actual fact that we disown, or that we disagree, or don't coexist with this type of bullshit. Like, we don't accept it. We're not just the type of people who are like, well, because you black, it's cool. No, it's never been that. But
it hasn't.
We get drowned out.
We do, but something, as I continue to watch my cop cam videos, I'm so addicted to. And I know us, you know what I'm saying? I do. Ooh, it be making me feel away, honestly. And I'm like, it makes me feel away, real aggravated. Like, look at this chick acting like this. Look at this dude acting like that, and how he's talking. And so in my mind, I'm like, you know what? A person that's never in their real life been exposed to black people, but they only see the propaganda side of things, of like, this is how you're represented and this is what's piped through. I'm like, I kind of see where some of these I see where some of these ideas are coming from. You know what I'm saying? Not that it's right. It's not right, but I can understand when this is all you're seeing and this is all you know, how you can start to feel away, because I've had it. You know what I'm saying? Like, watching that stuff. And I know that there's so much more to it, because I'm not like that. Obviously, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people I work with aren't like that, and a lot of my family aren't like that, but some of them are. So, you can't be mad when people aren't exposed to anything else.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Unfortunately, like, I mean, it's not right.
Like, a good thing is that if the prices are cheaper, then people that normally couldn't afford shit are able to do nicer things or travel and do shit. But you can't make it cheap enough where people that don't give a fuck is going to end up on there, because now it's like, damn, like, and it's always the few. See, that's what I'm saying. This is what we need to all start realizing. You are not shitting on black people by shitting on this small group of people that is causing every other black person problems, and have been for God knows how long.
Right.
You have to finally decide that, you know what, I'm not race hating. I'm not hating my own people by calling out the fuck shit from the smallest group of black people. They are the smallest group. If you go,
they're the loudest and most promoted, it seems.
They are the loudest and the most destructive. You know what I'm saying? But when I watched one of them cruise videos about this shit, I looked at the comments. So many people was making excuses, or just feeling like they were targeted, wrongly, for their behavior. And I'm like, y'all don't even see what all these people trying to tell you, that shit is whack, and y'all fucking up the vibe, and y'all talking about being turned up and being wild and being unruly is the vibe to them. We telling y'all, bitch, that ain't the vibe. Stay your goofy ass at the crib. You know what I'm saying? But they is, dog, it's bleeding
They don't
over.
hear anything.
But now if you black and you say something against it, then you hate your own people. You a traitor. You a this. To who?
Sound like the white Christians. I told you about that comment we got on the one video.
Listen,
I'm like, no, that's not the case.
Them same people sticking up for them. If there was 2 boats, one headed back to Africa and one allowed to stay here, them bitches would be bagging to stay the fuck here. You get what I'm saying?
Act right.
Yeah, I'll do whatever you say.
Yeah, you niggas talking about how we trying to go against our own people will be the first ones to disregard getting on the same ship, bus, car, spaceship. Y'all would never want to be in the same vicinity as these niggas. So stop. With all that
shit you defending, you go take your happy ass over there with them then.
It's true.
Right.
I highlighted the Great Ones comment. He said, I'm late. I'm joining the show late, but let me chime in. I don't want no parts of any in shit, whether on the regular or on vacation. Miss me. And sad to say, bargain prices attract riffraff, hood rats, goofies, which it does. And then you see Wade. Wade did confirm, you're right. It costs, talking about the festival at sea, the Black-owned cruise line that he was talking about. He's saying, you're right, it costs, but there's big-time entertainment every night, and it was family-friendly. But it costs. So it helps to
see, and that shows you that's the black people I love. I love being in them environments. So I see somebody like Wade on the ship. I probably introduce him to my wife. He introduced me. We have a little talk. We see them again. Oh, we fucking family now. Y'all want to sit with us? Y'all come sit with us for breakfast. And like that's the type of vibe. Not these niggas over here fighting. This bitch try to give another nigga her number because she a fucking hoe. She thotting on the cruise with a nigga. She came with a nigga. She still thotting on the cruise. And these niggas out here super tough trying to play they weak ass mixtape on a speaker. All off beat. Like nobody want to hear your whack ass song.
He said, I'm about to open up a big X to plug when I get back to the crib. You know what I'm saying?
Which is crazy. And like, like I always say, like, I'm a Cardi B stan. All right. Like, it is what it is. I love Cardi's music, but I love it in my car. I love it in my house. Or I love it if I'm at a party, if I'm at a bar. But I'm not going to be sitting in a restaurant and all of a sudden just go off, rapping at the top of my lungs just because she came on or something like that. Yeah. It's just like, that doesn't mean I don't love her music. It's just time and place, and a lot of us don't give
authority back to the authority figures, to the teachers, to the police, to the bouncers, to the security guards. We done got so quick to record motherfuckers and say they doing somebody dirty. They scared to fucking enforce laws and rules now. I want security guards being damn comfortable with grabbing a bitch by her hair and throwing her out the fucking bar or restaurant and using her head to open the door. That's what the fuck I want my security guards to do.
You're unruly. Get out of here.
I want my police officer, like you talk about them body cams. I watch more white cops scared as fuck to enforce the law, and they be patient as fuck with the most wildest, unruly, and ignorant motherfucker. I be thinking in my head like I would have shot this motherfucker 4 times in the back by the time this shit. And it'd be a fucking white collar crime too. It'd be some bank fraud shit. I was like, shoot this bitch. But she ain't doing that, but arguing that she don't know where the check came from.
Nothing.
I don't know where the check came from. Kill her. God damn it. I'm tired of this shit.
Like, hey, let us talk to you. Get off the phone. We're gonna tell you what's going on. I don't have to get off the phone. Dude. I don't have to. And I'm like, you're making this worse than it has to be, but it's must see TV for sure. Like, it's just interesting to see from their POV as well, because again, they have the cam on, which is why I like it, because it's not like the Cops TV show where they got a cameraman with a big camera and a boom and a light, and people start the real acting and shit. Now these people are acting, but they're lying because they're trying to get out what they're doing. But you're seeing their character come through, and that's why it's very interesting.
For sure. Shout out to you, Wade. I just want to acknowledge that I see that, bro. I was thinking about booking some shit in Detroit because my wife, y'all got this like a cake party that motherfuckers be doing. It'd be like a birthday party where all the little group be making cakes together and getting fucked up. And it's over there in Detroit. I was thinking about doing that shit for her birthday and shit. I ain't going, but she could take her little clique with her and shit. I'm just saying, man, we need I want my teachers being able to slap the shit out of my kids. I want my police got my kids peeing on these. I want to pick my son up from the back seat of the squad car with pee on his motherfucking pants. I want that nigga that scared.
I can't. Oh my God.
These niggas be talking crazy, boy.
They do, and they feel very comfortable doing so and ignoring, orders. Like,
and the people around it. Hey, what y'all doing to her? What y'all doing to him? Get him. Like that nigga
like,
just
get from
killed
over
the baby,
here,
motherfucker. Like, let justice be served, motherfucker. Shit. Shoot him too. Fuck it. I'll be in the back. Shoot him too. Goddammit.
We should react to some of those videos one day. I just don't know how they do their copyrights.
Tase the nigga with the phone. Go ahead.
First of all, I just want to say shout out to Sean Mims. Thank you so much for the Cash App. I appreciate you as always. I'm sure that means he hit y'all too.
Even if he didn't, man, we appreciate you, brother. I'm pretty sure he did, probably.
Yeah, because he did what you kept saying. Just split it up and send it to each of us in Cash App. And he did. Like he does.
Because it actually benefit us more. No bullshit, man. Shout out to Lord Vader. I appreciate you, brother. Hell yeah. They coming in tonight. God damn. Thank you.
God bless you. You know what I'm saying?
So what else we got, man?
All right, so let's talk about the headliner. Sean Diddy comes. So let me go to his story. So as you guys have, I'm sure, heard by now, Diddy was found not guilty on the racketeering charges, and I think what was the other one? And the sex trafficking charges. So he was found not guilty of that. He was found guilty of 2 counts of transportation to engage in prostitution. So he's still facing up to 20 years in prison because the maximum is up to 10 years. GMS, shut. Okay. It's the maximum of 10 years.
Check the shit out you, GMS. You gonna take that?
I got to.
That answer was perfect.
That was so perfect. And the way you said it and everything.
Yeah, and you right. Carry on.
Hey, GMS just started acting like a bad little boy in the store.
He got pee on his pants. Then he got some pee.
They got smacked for asking for a Snickers. And God damn it! All right, I'm sorry.
No, I'm real quick, GMS. I was just saying, so it's a maximum of 20 years he's still facing because it's 10 years max for each count. And he has 2, one for Cassie and one for Jane Doe, which we believe is a 50 Cent's baby mama. And then also he was denied bail as he awaits sentencing. So he was trying to get out on bail at this point, but they denied him that. So he's gonna have to stay locked up until he gets sentenced, and more from that. But what do you guys think about him being found not guilty of the most serious crimes, which was racketeering and sex trafficking?
I never thought that they brought a case against the shit. I kept thinking that they were going to drop the bomb on him. Like, I thought they had some shit and they was just starting with the sex shit. I'm like, oh, they must got murder shit. They must got drug shit. I'm thinking I'm thinking all that.
Yeah.
Only to find out that all y'all got is this sex shit and the parties and shit. I'm like, nigga, come home. I want that nigga home bad. I know he probably killed a few people and all that. He probably did some really heinous shit. He probably did shit to kids. I want him home. Fuck
no. Okay.
I want the nigga home.
What about you, GMS?
I honestly knew it was. I caught on to the bullshit when I started seeing the angles that they was pulling. Like, I thought when the video came out of him and Cassie in the hotel that they were going to be using that as far as like evidence of something that'll help kind of convict him of a crime that they were charging him for. But when you brought up the charges, it's like you see the kind of play that they were trying to make. Like, okay, we have to, depict him as a monster, which he could have very well been. And clearly something is in him that is monstrous. Pause. But he, you know, if it's not a part of the charges, man, I'm sorry. Your angle is very clear that you're trying to perceive him as a certain way to try to persuade the jury to feel a certain type of way about him. And also, I just want to point this out. I got to, with conversations outside of the internet, like talking to people in real life, like my coworkers and shit like that, you get to see the difference in how people retain certain information. So like I'm talking to a female coworker and she's constantly bringing up how he beat up Cassie. And that should be the reason why he should be convicted. But
I was charged for it though.
Exactly. And then if you bring that up, it almost is like you're trying to take up for his actions of that abuse. And it's not. It's just the technical, you know, be mad at the court system, nigga. Be mad at the people that's charging him. Be mad at the prosecution. Don't be mad at the exactly. So it's like, you know, and then they didn't need to bring Kid Cudi in. Because what was the point of bringing him in? Like when you think about that, when, you know, I kind of heard the other day when they try to get him for RICO or whatever, it has to be, you know, reoccurring things. It has to be something that is habitual. You know what I'm saying? It has to be something that happens over and over again. Like when you have a drug organization, that's why they got people like, you know, Young Thug in the situation he was in, because he was allegedly habitually engaging in these acts. But then you bring Kid Cudi up from an instance that was one time. You can name 2 times that they had an altercation. That's not a habitual thing. That you can literally equate. You can literally sum that up to just a situation where a man feels a possession over the woman that he's with, and now he has to realize that she's with somebody else, and it's some type of lovers quarrel type bullshit. You can't equate that to a RICO.
Yeah, and like here's the thing: why I kept saying like the RICO is coming in because he's using his enterprises, he's using his entity's money to do these things, right? But clearly, you know, the jury still didn't feel that way, and we kind of could see that based on the questions they were asking, right? Like before, or the instructions that they were trying to give before they even started deliberations. They were trying to give instructions before they even did their closing arguments. Their case was weak, and clearly they felt like they hadn't proven their case, and they were trying to make sure, but they, you know, that they made it clear, but they just did a bad job. And I want to say this, right? Because I don't feel Diddy as a person at all. Okay, I don't. I feel like, yes, he's a freak and stuff, but besides that, the habitual beating on women, multiple women have said that he's done this, you know, and some of the things some of the other things done, I'm done with him. You know what I'm saying? I'm not feeling him for those kind of things. However, when it comes to when people go to court and what they're being charged for and finding them guilty or not guilty, if there's compelling evidence that's telling you this person is guilty of this crime that they're being charged for, then that's what you need to find them guilty of, not because you want to try to get them for this or that over there. And if they didn't prove RICO, which a lot of people felt they didn't, and the jury clearly agreed, then they did not prove that. And it doesn't change the way, you know, I or many people feel about him, but you have to want the justice system to be right and to be fair.
To save your ass one day, or your kids one day. Yes. You don't want them to, you know, skirt around the laws and the rules to get somebody because they want them so bad. You know what I'm saying? But I think if he gets out and he gets to come home, I want this nigga to throw a white party that the world has never seen before. I want him to get all escorts and kids and just invite them and have just people that juggle and alligators and tigers. I want this.
Who do you think would go to what celebrity brown noser do you think will pull up first?
A baby oil wrestling match.
Stevie, but you know what?
Steve Harvey, Stevie J. Everybody named Steve.
But Stevie J, though, he was never wavering in his support. So I wouldn't be surprised because he was one of the few that was not afraid to just be like, this is my boy.
Yeah, he's going to be there for sure.
Ray J.
Yeah, came late to the game, but he did. But like a lot of people stayed away from him.
You know how many niggas is scared right now, though? Like, there's a lot of niggas that's scared right now. Like, they like, this nigga finna get out soon. And there was a lot of niggas that was going hard thinking that he was finna get the book thrown at him. And it's like, if I was Diddy, man, y'all know, y'all done heard in court already everything that was going on. When I get out, I'm having the biggest freak off in history. Cause now it's like my deepest, darkest secrets that I was holding on to behind closed doors is out to the public. That's all they gonna know me. They gonna know me for that. Even if he tries to change his behavior, come out, try to change his name to Brother Love 2.0, ain't nobody gonna give a fuck. He gonna have the freak offs hanging over his head forever. Niggas knowing these shits that he was doing.
Imagine your kids trying to have a serious dad or heart-to-heart kid talk, and they just thinking like, you let a nigga nut on your chest, nigga. Like, what the fuck?
Oh my God.
I couldn't. I don't know how I would feel about my pops if I heard some old shit like that.
That's crazy. But and it's cold probably by the time it got there.
But,
what the fuck?
Yeah, I'm sorry, because they would nut on her and she would take it to him. They would nut on Cassie.
What kind of sick individual are you to come up with some shit like that?
It had that makes.
Who the fuck ever heard of some cold nut? What kind of shit you been involved in?
Listen, I'm telling
that
you.
That made you even think about some room temperature nut.
That's gross. But they would nut on her and she would take it to him and then rub it on. That's what I'm saying. It's not even. But anyway, like, as much as we've heard about his sexy
sick motherfucker.
I'm sick.
How do you even think of that shit?
Because I'm not gonna say how I thought about it. But basically, at the end of the day, okay.
There's a nut expert over here.
That's just how dog, that is so personal to come up with. Like, that's one of them things that you don't come up with that unless you experience some cold nut before.
No, I haven't, but the thought of it doesn't stay warm long. Okay, so anyway.
We don't know that.
Okay.
You know, but we don't.
I'm sure. So anyway, like I was saying, because I'm not even going into that. But the fact that we've heard so many like weird, freaky things that he did, but no men ever came out and said that he actually penetrated them or got like gave oral or did anything. So yikes. I don't.
Unlike R. Kelly, go ahead.
Yeah, unlike R. Kelly. So I'm like, okay, so I would feel like that would have came out in this at some point if he was actually like a bisexual, like truly bisexual man like that. But I don't know, like having all your sexual business when it's very unconventional, like is out there.
Hey, that's a good point though. Like nobody came out and said they was penetrating or penetrated when it came to that nigga. Like that didn't come out in this trial, at least.
It didn't come out in this trial.
That's interesting.
You know, the Punisher.
We all knew that shit was coming. We all was like, we all knew like, oh, any minute now, Justin Bieber gonna take the stand and just clear all this shit up. And yeah, so that's their fault. They did a bad job. As a matter of fact, because they did such a bad job, that's why I want the nigga home. And as far as beating bitches up, what I learned in the case, per all the security and per all the bitches, they was fighting. Yeah, he's aggressive. Yeah, he's over the top. And yeah, I think he should get in trouble. But again, this is what I heard from all this shit. It sounds like a drug addict in a relationship. This whole case was surrounded around a drug addict being in a relationship. That's what the fuck it sounds like to me.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, if someone's physically beating you, I mean, maybe you feel afraid to leave. Even it's almost like, I don't know. I just saw something.
Listen, the last time you try to defend.
Listen, shut up. I'm not trying to defend it. Stop trying to talk over me like you saying something profound.
Did you feel beat and abused because I'm talking over you? Do I got to go to jail for 20 fucking years because you didn't get to say your little dumbass sentence? Go ahead, say your little dumbass sentence. Go ahead.
Thanks. So anyway, I was going to say, you know, there's like mental chains that get put on people, right? That aren't necessarily physical. Like I was watching something that showed like when elephants are babies, for example, they tie like a string around or a rope around them. It's not even that strong, but it's tight enough and strong enough to keep them from moving from where they're tied to. And they use that same string even when they're huge. You know what I'm saying? Even when they're full grown adults. But mentally they think they can't get out because they remember when they were younger, they couldn't. even though they could just snap that shit, you know. And I wonder just if it's kind of something like that when it comes to people that are victims of sexual or domestic abuse, where to us it's like, well, I mean, you're walking around Miami and he's in New York. So why do you feel like you can't get away from him? Because you're away from him. But maybe there's something going on there that we're not understanding, that there is some kind of mental chain or something where they do still feel like, well, I have to, because he might kill my mom or he might blow up somebody else's car. I don't know.
Or it's called love, and the motherfuckers miss you when you gone. They thought they could live without you, and they like, damn, he only whooped my ass when I talk shit. If I shut the fuck up, we had a good relationship. Let me go back. Oh shit, he used to do it. He gave me everything I asked for. Let me go back. Oh shit, he lets me freak out. Oh, let me go back. Could it be that?
So like an addictive, toxic situation.
Yeah, y'all would
but
not
consensual.
Women, y'all would not hold women to be accountable for liking this bullshit. There are so many women out here that feel like they in a boring ass, lame ass relationship because they not fighting, they not arguing, they not being cheated on, they not going through shit, and they just miserable.
Yeah.
Anyway,
there are some.
I knew you was gonna say some dumb shit.
I didn't say anything dumb. I asked a question because you're such a rude asshole. But you know, I was asking a question because stop. Like, I don't make that face. Anyway.
We both had the same face at the same time.
I just was asking a question. I wasn't saying it's definite, but I just wonder, you know what I'm saying? Like, if it's something like that. And it's above my pay grade, you know, so I don't pretend to be some expert, but I feel like there's some question around that. And, you know, I don't understand it, but honestly.
This is interesting. And listen, man, ain't nothing beyond possible. And the sensei said, I'm starting to believe conspiracy. They did this to get rid of evidence that could harm other celebrities or other powerful people. Because if he was doing what he'd been doing, blackmailing and using this footage for other people, it's very likely that, knowing that he was about to be or go into a lawsuit against the owners of Ciroc and all them other, whatever that group is.
Yeah.
It's likely that they was like, let's send our people in there, get all the shit that he's claimed to got, clear all that shit up out of there. And because I mean, I watch Mission Impossible. Now it's just a movie, but if you don't think there's agencies that get people gone, make information gone, start wars with co-ops and like what they call them, black flag event, what they call them, motherfucking fake
events. false flag
events, you know, whatever the fuck, you know. It's not unlikely. Like, why the fuck would we not play this game as humans? Why would we not use all of our tools and tactics to get shit done? We do it in every other asset or facet of life. Why the fuck wouldn't they do that on that level?
I believe if you see it in a movie or a TV show, it ain't coming from just out of somebody's imagination.
Well, shit, it might have gave somebody the idea. Like, oh, I saw the shit in the movie. I'm finna do this shit to Diddy. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it's possible. It's definitely possible, but I don't know, man. This case was really weird, and I feel like, listen, at the end of the day, you know, Cassie got her settlement, you know, for the civil suit. And when the government, and here's the other thing too, when the government decides to bring a case and they subpoena you, you don't have a choice. Like, it's not like you could just be like, I'm not coming. Now, you can choose to be a hostile witness, right? Because even though they're calling you for their side, they can treat you. You can be a hostile witness where you don't want to answer any questions. You want to do this and that, right? You can choose to do that if you want. But she did cooperate. And so even though he paid her off, his business is still all out there.
I know Gene Deal about to have a motherfucking pneumonia.
Extra security.
That nigga about to get pneumonia real soon, goddamn.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Like I said, all these niggas that was out here that was doing the most, thinking he was finna get life. Man, if Diddy don't change his heart by the time he walk out them doors, man, it's gonna be hell to pay.
I think it is.
He still can get a lot of time and end up dying in that motherfucker. Like they still hit OJ with a ridiculous amount of time late in his life. They still hit Bill Cosby.
Stealing back his own shit.
Yeah, still Bill Cosby, R. Kelly. I mean, they Weinstein. They could still hit him with some motherfucking time.
But do you think they were trying to really present a strong case? Were they trying to just humiliate him? Like, what was they? Because this seems really bungled. Like,
but same thing with the YSL shit. This is very possible. Are the people in charge just incompetent as fuck? Have we just lost all of the intelligence in our government, in our judicial system? I can't even say that word. Like, where's the fucking intelligence at? Like, we got the dumbest scientists, the dumbest astronauts. Watch the interviews of all the so-called smart people. They say dumb shit. Like, we don't know how we got to the moon. We lost all that shit. Like, you in charge of NASA, you stupid motherfucker. Like, this is who is in charge of everything.
Losing probably one of the most important pieces of information in the world to get to the moon is not an accident.
Think of who the president is. Think of who some of the speakers of the House are. Think of some of the senators. Think of some of the people in media. These are stupid people. When they're forced to talk and be candid, they are retarded than a motherfucker. Like,
if it's not for them, you're right. They can't do it.
So we are really being ran by buffoons. You know what I'm saying? Regular, goofy, stupid ass, and they go home to their regular ass life and be regular as fuck. Do half-ass work on their job. Secret Service letting the fucking president get shot and shit like that. Like, we all that we thought was big shit. We in trouble, goddamn it.
I think, and maybe we're so savvy now as the average Joe, that the things that they could pull before, they cannot pull with us now, because it's like, we see you acting. We see you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you cannot fool us the way you used to fucking do.
Yeah.
We just don't, fall for it.
Pastor Sue. Everybody who was pulling the wool over our eyes, that shit don't work no more.
Yeah,
but now we over hyper don't trust nothing now. Now we don't even trust the truth.
Everything is a conspiracy to somebody, even the smallest shit that is plain to see. Everybody reverts back to a conspiracy because they want to believe that they're being lied to every day.
Correct. So now, but again, that's the problem with a lie. Now you don't know what to believe. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Once you feel betrayed or lied to, now everything a fucking lie.
Yeah. Wait, hold on. Let me see this, because I think he was trying to talk to me. I didn't realize it. Gary Jason Lewis said, banking, assuming he meant Binki. Stop making excuses for the sisterhood. I get it. He's an asshole. But being an asshole isn't illegal. Also, how did y'all feel about the baby oil celebration outside the court?
I think
Gary, hold on. Let me answer the man with 3 names. Gary Jason Lewis. I wasn't making excuses for the sisterhood. I was asking questions about what's going on psychologically, because I don't understand. The problem with a lot of y'all is that y'all act like you know everything when you don't. And I'm not afraid to say, I wonder if it could be this, or I wonder if it could be that. And if you were paying
why don't you ever wonder what Puffy is going through mentally? Why you ain't ever wondering about his
beating on somebody,
victimhood, or things that cause him to do things or deal with people when they're bad for him? When he's trying to get off drugs, but his bitch is telling him, no, let's get high.
Listen, when
he's trying to have an intimate moment with her only, she's saying, no, let's fly some niggas in.
Listen,
like, why don't you talk about the mental space of the man?
Because I'm not a man, I guess, and I guess I don't.
So
wonder.
Then he accurate for saying you sticking to the sisterhood, because you ain't concerned with knowing what mental
he's not the
space other
victim.
People are in.
He's not the alleged victim in this case. Like,
who was a victim with the lasagna nigga?
Listen, the girl was a victim. I told you. Listen, regardless of anything, I believe she was intact. Shut up and let me talk.
You trying to victimize me.
Listen,
you trying to tell me to shut up.
I'm saying. The girl was a victim in the video that we watched, and I said that. But even though you're a victim, like, if someone shoots you, they are the aggressor. You're the villain. That doesn't mean that she didn't antagonize him. I know I said that. Also, when it comes to this, I was trying to answer the second part of what he was saying. I said what they showed in court wasn't proven. So him beating her and all these things, that wasn't what he was charged for. So if we want the judicial system to work, then we need it to be accurate.
Judicial system.
You can't say it ever, okay?
Judicial.
But my point is,
I need to shut up. You can't even say judicial system.
You can't say shit. You
can't said jujitsu system.
You can't even say judicial system.
I can say judicial system, but my point is, and I said this before, and back me up, nigga, because I know you don't like to ever do that. Did I not say, in order for our judicial system to be something that we have working for us appropriately, did I not say it has to be accurate? They did not charge him correctly for this, so we shouldn't want him to go for beating her when that's not what he was charged for. He was charged for RICO, and they did not prove that. Did I not say that?
I wasn't listening to you. What you talking about? I stopped listening a minute ago.
This nigga trying to say judicial system in his head for the last 30 seconds.
Exactly. Maybe on a playback, I know what the hell you're talking about. But the point is, you and other women love to want to go down a whole rabbit hole of psychology when it comes to a woman, but y'all never consider the psychology of what men are dealing with while dealing with these kind of women. And just like the lasagna nigga, we watch a nigga in real time lose his cool.
And what did I say in real time?
Hold on. Can I finish? Shut the fuck up. You open the door. You open the door for that. Now here we go. Yeah, okay. Just like the lasagna nigga, we watch a nigga in real time lose his fucking cool. So the same way them videos look so heinous of Puffy or any man, don't get me wrong. There's men that don't need to lose their cool. They, you know, I'll be really trying to make sure we understand that every man don't get a pass. But y'all act like there ain't circumstances where this man lose their cool. And that's why the woman can come back. Because when she go home and analyze, how the fuck did we get here? How did I get dragged down the hallway? And then she going back in her head like, oh, I remember. I started fucking with the nigga when he was chilling. I started going in and wouldn't shut the fuck up. I didn't listen to the 6 warnings this nigga gave me. And now he dragged me down the fucking hallway. Then they go back because they realize like, damn, let me move better. Let me watch what I say better because this nigga don't play that shit. And that's why they go back 5, 6, 7, 8 times because they actually enjoy being with the nigga.
Okay, so you answered a question that I had from your point of view. But again, when we were watching the video, did I make any excuses for that girl?
If I had a lasagna cooking right now, your ass would be in danger.
See, you for somebody that always wants credit, you never give credit. So that's fine.
I don't even be listening to you. I can't give you credit if I don't know what you said.
See, so it's like you try to have a conversation, but you don't even listen. So what's the point?
Only the shit I say is important.
Don't talk to GMS.
GMS. What do you think about all this? What do you make of all this? I'll listen.
What I make of all this is that you gotta do better to see better and to feel better.
You wasn't listening either.
No, I was.
That nigga don't know what's going on.
No, I do. I'm trying to cut the tension with a knife. You know,
ain't no tension. She cool. She know that I'm gonna stress her out. Oh shit, she back.
I'm listening. Go ahead.
You making me nervous.
No, I'm
sorry, Binki.
I'm somebody who. Trust me, I understand from both angles, but also I've grown to know that we don't know what the fuck be going on behind closed doors. Yeah. Like when it comes to a lot of people's relationships, especially if you've been in relationships a lot of the times in your life, you know that, you know, when you get into a toxic situation, it's usually on both ends. When it's toxic, I equate toxic to both people doing some bullshit. But at the same time, you gotta keep into consideration what people go through. So just because, you know, Diddy was doing heinous shit doesn't mean that he wasn't trying to escape from something mentally or going through something mentally or trying to fight through whatever mental issues he had going on. Same with Cassie. You know what I'm saying? I always revert back to the first time they met. It will never make sense to me. And like I said, I'm just going based off of logic. It never makes sense to me how their first meeting together, first time meeting, she had an uncomfortable situation where he cornered her in the bathroom, kissed her. She didn't want that. She cried, and it was so devastating. And then the next thing you know, he hit her up again, and she's going downstairs taking an unknown pic. This is her recollection of the story. She said this. For the life,
and that's
of
before
me,
any real relationship was established. So it's
right.
Like,
so then
what's your tie to him there?
You see the end result of their relationship, right? The end result of their relationship this could have never happened if she would have at that time understood, hey, this is not the type of relationship I want to engage in. If the first meeting we had made me cry of some sort of devastation because it was something I didn't want, why in the fuck would I meet back up with this person and then take an unnamed pill that they gave me as well?
I tell you why.
I get the age, and I get the influence, and I get her wanting something so bad. Like these are things that I'm hearing from other people, not you, but like I'm hearing the excuses that people make about her age at the time, the influence, her wanting her career and shit like that. I understand that, and certain things that people would do to try to get to a certain spot. But does somebody have to beat you over the head, literally, for you to understand that it's not the situation you wanted to be in the first place?
Honestly, I'll tell you the reason why I think.
I said our good sister.
Yeah.
Anyway, our good sister Binki has the reason why.
Honestly,
this what happened, Jim. Let's hear her out. Let's listen to her intently and hear her out. Go ahead.
Yes.
Yeah, I apologize. You had the floor, my sister.
So honestly, hearing that and knowing that that's how they started off, to me, the only reason I could think of that someone would do that is because they didn't care how they got what they wanted to get, like that success or that fame or that money or that clout, whatever. They were gonna go for it, which to me, that is consensual. You know what I'm saying? Like, you were in an uncomfortable situation. You were cornered. You know, you felt afraid of this person. You had no emotional ties to him at that point. At that point, I would think you would say, you know what, forget this. Like, this isn't for me. If you weren't on some ulterior motive shit, you know what I'm saying? Where it's like, you know what? All right, I mean, I'm gonna do it, but you know, because I want this and I want that. So you're willing to put up with it. That's what that says to me, honestly. At that stage of the relationship, to just automatically, you know, turn a blind eye to that kind of treatment and still go forward. And it says you're willing to do any and everything for whatever it was that you wanted. And, you know, doesn't mean you deserve it or not. You know, I don't know. But the point is, you went in with your eyes open where you were going.
I think he was most favorable to the most cooperative. And I think that's why Cassie was his favorite, because she was the most cooperative, and even so much so that she would go out of her way to make the things happen herself instead of waiting for him to make it happen. So much so that in messages he would be like, "Nah, let's just do some shit. No, we can go ahead and let's get the freak off jumping." She and then to try to put it under the guise of I was just trying to make him happy, when in those messages he's like kind of saying what's gonna make him happy, like let's just us two kick it tonight. But you trying to, you know what I'm saying? It's shit like that that made me look at her testimony and ask myself, like, is she doing this to get back at him for certain things that he did do, including the hotel shit, you know, for different times that he done put hands on her, different times that he's, you know, probably put another female over her when she was so cooperative and she was so loving and wanting to do everything in the world to make him happy. Like, that spitefulness cuts deeper than the love that you fall into with somebody at the end of the day when you feel heartbroken.
Y'all forget that she did it for money. She didn't want to sue the nigga. She asked him for the bread.
Yeah.
And if he would have just gave it to her quietly, none of this shit would have happened. And she wouldn't been such a victim that she needs to get payback and retribution and none of that shit. The bitch wanted some money. And her well ran dry because she done moved on. And the only way to come and get a big bag is she threatened him with this lawsuit. He didn't take the bribe or the bait. And he learned a bad lesson. He should have paid the bitch because she had too much on him, or the people was on her side. But she predatorily, Binki just explained to us how she was a predator and how she knew she didn't like him, but she decided that even though I don't like him, I'm willing to take this kiss and take all this shit so I can get what I want. So we just found out today that Diddy was victimized, and the real predator here was the woman who took advantage of an old man who actually thought she liked him.
Hey, listen, they victimize each other. Then I say in that.
All right, I'll give you that.
There's no innocent.
The man thought she loved him. He thought she liked him.
He didn't think that.
How come he didn't? Why do you think these niggas ain't delusional enough to think that they so special and they so great and they so rich and they so handsome and they so fly and I could change your life? Why would these type of niggas not think that every woman that's around them smiling and cheesing and allowing me to be sexual with you? Why would you think that they don't think that they that nigga?
I don't think. Only the reason why I think is because I feel like she was afraid of him. So I feel like he knows she was kind of scared of him. Scared of him. So I think that I don't think he felt like she was in love with him, though. At least the whole time. I don't think he thought that.
I don't care enough about this. I just been trolling you this whole time, and I hope you ain't mad, and I hope you get over it. Cause sometimes our bickering sound disrespectful, but I be playing. And I think
I can only speak for me.
Yeah, I be playing. The screw face sometimes make me think she really mad for real. But
when we get backstage, I still be like, whatever.
Yeah,
like,
exactly. I don't care. This shit fades away immediately. So this is our on-screen personas. You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna end the show. For y'all. Yeah, we're gonna end the show. The bickering be fun too, but we don't care. I don't give a fuck if this nigga go to jail. I don't give a fuck if he get out. I don't give a fuck about Cassie at all. I think that piece of shit men should get what they got.
Hey, how you gonna end the show? We didn't even talk about T.I. and Tiny.
You want to talk
what about
them?
Well,
I don't know nothing about them.
The only thing I was gonna say about them was like, so someone posted about Puffy, being found not guilty of the serious charges, and Tiny was all in the comments like, the man was a freak, and they was trying to crucify him for being a freak, and so now people are kind of turning their attention to her and T.I. So I just wonder if, is this the wrong time for the freakiest people that have already had some cases kind of coming out on them to be talking like everything's all good?
This is why I go so hard on Cassie. Anybody like them? Y'all grown as fuck. Stop it. Stop playing grown-up games and then crying victim later. If I go into the den of a lion's den and get bit, why the fuck are the lions getting killed?
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? You know we freaky as fuck over here. You know we rich and we do weird shit over here. You know what we do. Why are we the fucking, that's like them people that play with the gorilla cages and shit and fall in the gorilla cage. You gonna put the gorilla down? Because some asshole didn't, listen to the signs or read the signs and say don't fuck with the gorillas. You get what I'm saying? This is the same shit. And y'all keep making excuses for people that want to play them games. And then I don't care what happened to you at that point. Even my children, this is why I'm so hard. When I talked about children getting sent to Africa, if I got some YN ass sons and they want to be fucking stupid, send them dumb ass niggas with you. Same thing with my daughters. You want to go play with some millionaires and get your booty played with and all that shit? Bitch, don't come crying to daddy talking about whatever, because I gave you hugs and kisses. I told you was beautiful. I don't want to hear shit about what you let these weird ass niggas do. And I think that we need to all start holding people accountable for their choices. And young people ain't fucking kids. They not kids. No matter how
young adults
act like they kids, they not fucking kids.
I'm a minor.
50 years ago, you had a whole family to take care of, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to hear shit about none of that. So that's where I be coming from. And I hope T.I. and nobody, I don't want to hear another freak case come out on nobody. Yeah. If they did, I don't care what they did. Let's all start over from scratch. Don't nobody touch nobody's booty. Don't nobody do nothing weird from this day forward. And if you do it after today, after this big case, you get what coming to your motherfucking ass. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you ain't learned from this, you on your own, motherfucker.
Facts.
All right, and on that note,
words of the wise.
All right, we out of here, man. I gotta do some apologizing, man. Let me get the fuck out of here.
Peace, y'all.